Awesome, we are live. Okay, welcome to the stream. This is TLR late night show, the last relic late night show. Oh, freaking A. Like, we're just going to, talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. And like, I've been on a Halo kick ever since the Halo news came out, so I'm gonna try to avoid talking about it because I do plan on playing some of the gameplay for Halo CE and going through the mission, the Silent Cartographer, and probably going through a playthrough just on normal difficulty though, because I'm not really playing games all that much, but yeah. If I'm gonna play games, it's most likely gonna be Halo. Anyways, oh gosh, and I'm gonna be eating candy throughout the stream. Now, one thing that's been in the news is the whole Millie Bobby Brown situation. I don't really give a damn. And what I mean by that is Hollywood people always accusing people of stuff. Now, a friend of mine let me know that it's like something to do with her jealous ex-boyfriend that is making claims for some freaking reason, and it's just like, well, Millie Bobby Brown hasn't really said anything, neither has the dude. So I personally I just don't care. What I do care about is the things that are upcoming 2026. Now, I'm not a fan of One Piece, just because I don't know, I never got into it, but I don't really plan on watching it. But we are getting a bunch of TV shows. Like, I'm pretty excited for Landman. Is that it? I watched it one time through and it's pretty good. Now, what bothered me, I've been trying to look for shows to watch, and I'll go through some of the stuff that's coming out on 2026. Awesome. Some of the shows. So, I started. A friend of mine, his name is Devin. He's a dick. Love the guy. He was like recommending me for a year, like, dude, you gotta watch Black Sails. It's like Game of Thrones but pirates. So I started watching it. Anybody that's watched Black Sails, as soon as you get to season 2, you got screwed. They played you like a fiddle, and that's what happened to me. I got pretty freaking pissed. But already with season 1, like, I was talking to him, like, dude, what do you mean Game of Thrones? Like, the writing's okay, but it's not the level of seasons 1 through 4 of Game of Thrones, or 1 through 6. And he's like, no, it's Game of Thrones because it's like Game of Thrones because of all the sex, which I got through it pretty quickly because I'm like, I don't care for watching that crap, so I just skip it. But then I'm like, dude, things are going awesome, especially season 2. They got a Spanish warship. They took it over. Great. Things are happening. And then they just make the main character gay. Like, what the freak, man? And like, his whole motivation of doing everything, the revolution, the man, I don't freaking know, the like pirate pardons and everything that's happening in the show is because this dude is repressing his gayness. And it's just like even if he was gay, like, that's your motivation for all of it. He has nothing else other than he wants dick and butt. and I was like, well, I'm done. I don't care what happens next. Like Charles Vane was awesome, and then I looked it up and he died, so I don't give a damn because after that I'm not gonna freaking go through all that. So and I know it's an older show. It ended in 2017, but it was enough for me to opt out. And it was like one of the. It just reminded me again of how much they did the bait and switch throughout Hollywood, man. Like so many shows are season one, they get you hooked. It's usually really good. I've never got into it. I have like in the past 4 or 5 years, I had a 4 year rule, which I usually wouldn't go into. Now maybe with YouTube it's gonna be different, but my rule was I'm not gonna watch a show until it's 4 years down the line, because that way it's like, all right, if they got 4 solid seasons, 4 years of no woke garbage, no political messaging, even if it's like messaging that I agree with, I don't want it. I don't want it shoved down my throat. And if the story was the focus, then great, I'm gonna watch it. Then I'll hop on, and I don't care if everybody else is ahead of me. I'll watch it later. And yeah, it just reminded me of that. Now, like I said, with YouTube, things are probably gonna be a little different. I'll probably watch some things, review it, because I like doing reviews and I like talking about TV shows, movies, comics, whatever. Anyways, there is a couple of shows coming out. Now, one, I'm not sure if it's a TV show or a movie. It's the Nicolas Cage Spider-Man Noir. Apparently, that's set to come out in 2026. I would be pretty excited for it. I love Nicolas Cage. Even his garbage movies, I'm willing to watch it. He's a great actor. There's been directors that made him look like a terrible actor, but whatever. He is man, I got a lot of Halloween candy to get through. Like, he did a great job in the cartoon, the Into the Spider-Verse. He was a standout performance, and it's a freaking cartoon. Even then, I was chill with it. We're gonna get the Green Lantern show. Now, that's the one show I will give James Gunn the benefit of the doubt. He's good with team ups. He's good with he did the whole thing with Guardians of the Galaxy. And as much as Peacemaker sucks, both seasons, he did well in terms of characterization, not story, but for the Suicide Squad 2, he did a good job with that. Like, you at least you felt those phenomenal scenes, like the fight with Peacemaker and like the filming around the helmet. It was a beautifully filmed scene. He can make you care about the characters. I don't know what happened with Superman. It made me not care about nobody. And I was really looking forward to see what he could do with it, as in, all right, we get the set pieces. A lot of people forget that Superman's going into the public domain pretty soon, in the next 7 years. Is it 7? I think it might be 7. Let's say 5 to 10 years. Okay? Maybe he had to take some liberties in mixing a bunch of elements of the suit, giving the new 52 collar, which is stupid. There's details that if you're not a Superman fan, you'll never pick up. Like, the length of where his suit's wrist ends. Like, in some comics, it ended in crappier comics, and it passed this bone here, and it came up, and sometimes it had that stupid like emo jacket ring that put over, and it was little things that like allowed the suit to be modified, and for them to I think it was to have specific rights and change of the Superman suit. Um, I don't know how many symbols. I think there's like 20 different Superman symbols. My favorite one is the animated series one. You know, the one that's on the wall right there. Like even the Christopher Reeve Superman, I don't like the little V where it looks like a freaking V right there. I just always thought that was stupid. But I love the suit. And I was like, all right, they got the colors right. I don't like David Cornsweet. I think he's like a mix of like Henry Cavill and Sid the Sloth. And like that's the best way I could describe him. But I'm like, all right, maybe his acting, maybe the story, the acting can distract me from all that stuff, and I could feel like he's Superman. And you know, it ended up being just a giant pile of garbage. Now, the Green Lantern show, I won't be optimistic about it, but it's the one where I would give the most credit. I'll give it. I'll like wait till I see a trailer. The picture of the two Green Lanterns. I like one of the actors for it. The actor for Jon Stewart. I don't know. Like I always thought Jon Stewart looked a little more rugged, man, darker skin than the one we got. So, all right, like he's doesn't really have a look, but he is built big. So maybe he'll portray Jon Stewart really well, because I think he'll be the first live action Jon Stewart. But there will be obviously the Green Lantern Corps. I don't think they'll just keep it on Earth, and you know that's where like messing around with space and time and teams and some political issues within the Green Lantern Corps. I think James Gunn can really like shine through on that. I don't know if he will do a good job. I don't know if he'll be overzealous. I don't know if he'll have control. There's a whole Warner Brothers situation, but you know that's something to look forward to though. In terms of superheroes, there's nothing else. I think Spider-Man's supposed to come out. The what's it supposed to? What's Spider-Man supposed to be called? Like No Home? I don't know. Something like that. And so, if Spider-Man's coming out, we got 2 Spider-Man projects, possibly. We're definitely going to get Tom Holland Spider-Man. I know people want Tobey Maguire. I'd prefer Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I don't really care to see a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man for, like, with his kids and stuff like that. I want whatever Sam Raimi's original intention was. That's what I would be looking forward to. Yeah. So, Tom Holland Spider-Man. I use Starburst, so I want Mike catching that. And Tom Holland Spider-Man, always been kind of a dud. Did decent in Civil War. Much better in No Way Home. Now that we got Zendaya out of the picture, she was pretty freaking useless and a nothing character. Ned, maybe we'll get the version where Ned becomes Hobgoblin, you know, from the comics, but who freaking knows? And maybe we'll get a real MJ, you know, not whatever. I can't even. She was so worthless that I can't even remember the actual name she had. But gosh, like that. That's gonna be rough. We're getting. Take a look here. Oh, the Game of Thrones, the night one. We're getting that Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. It looks okay. I saw the trailer. I didn't think it it was super crazy, but I did enjoy the vibe where like, okay, we're no longer, this is gonna be a show where you're just getting a story of a basic dude. Like I don't want him to be I miss a story like that where it's just like this is guy's the hero of his story, and he's just trying to, live that life, and he's not trying to be the king of the Seven Kingdoms. He's not trying. It's not the game. He's not participating in the Game of Thrones. He is a knight, and it looks interesting. It looks like it's gonna be fun. It looks like it's going to have more of a comedic element than any past Game of Thrones properties. And who knows? Like maybe it'll be. I like. Here's the thing: anything involving Game of Thrones, they'll do. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good first season. That we could bank on more than it being a bad first season. House of the Dragon, great first season. They really effed it up on that second season though. And they had some problems in the first season too, but overall pretty good season. Now I expect at least 60% to be good, at least. If it's less than that, then there's another show I'll never freaking watch again. Like the first season has to be good. Like there's certain shows in the past, because I grew up with them, I will rewatch again. But like it would be a hard recommendation. Like I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but you got to get through 4 seasons for it to be like decent writing, because it's a rough 4 seasons. It's like One Piece. Like I'm not excited. I never became a fan of One Piece because things were. I don't care if they're slow, but it was really nothing to me. And then, a friend of mine who's a huge fan, he's like, "Nah, you got it. As soon as you get through like the 8th season, I'm not watching all that just for it to start being good. I'm not watching 8 seasons of a show so it's good." Sometimes if it's like, all right, the first season is rough and then the second season is really where it picks up, I might accommodate that. It might take me, like, you might have to convince me quite a bit, but yeah. But when it comes to Game of Thrones, like obviously we all know where it ends up being. It freaking sucks. So there's always that in the back of your mind. Now in terms of Star Wars, we're getting that Darth Maul series. I honestly don't know how much I care about that. Because it takes place after the events of Order 66, and they're gonna try to find a way to tie it into what, the Rise of Skywalker. One thing that's really gonna suck is Shrek 5. That's supposed to, or Shrek, is it 5 or 6? 5. With the new animation style, that's gonna be terrible, man. Just awful. And Zendaya's in it, so it's already bad, or it's already gonna suck. The only thing I've ever seen that she was like actually good was the Greatest Showman. I thought she did great performance there. Other than that, she actually looked mature. I don't know what it was. I think it was the acting, the hair, maybe the setting of time. But like everything else, she just looks like a 14-year-old. And her acting, it ain't all that. Now, man, The Great Showman was a good movie. Apparently, we're gonna finally get at least updates on the Highlander movie. I think it was supposed to come out 2026 with Henry Cavill. The Warhammer TV show is supposed to come out. Got no word on that. One thing that's been pissing me off, though. Preface: I hate the Batman with Robert Pattinson. I think it's a crap movie. especially that third act. Freaking nothing. Robert Pattinson was definitely miscast. He would have been okay as a Robin, especially since it's taking place in year 2, where Robin comes in. That's what they claim. So, oh my gosh. If you guys don't remember, I'm in my garage, by the way. Yeah. Regardless, the Penguin was good, and it was good enough for me to give it another shot, to watch the second movie. I tried giving the Batman another shot. No, it's not very palatable, especially the way he treats Alfred after he finds out one lie that may or may not be true, or maybe has more details. Doesn't do one investigative work on the one guy that he should investigate. He should giving the benefit of the doubt. He just acts like a freaking spoiled brat. So much for the world's greatest freaking detective, stupid bastard. Yeah. So that Batman was actually supposed to come out last month, October. I think that's when they pushed it back to 2025 October, because it's supposed to come out 2024. And then obviously we all know that because of Penguin's success, kind of screwed with James Gunn. It was so good that James Gunn halted it, and there was starting rumors fly that it's the new Batman. That's going to be James Gunn's Batman. And maybe DC would be good if Christopher Reeve and James Gunn partner up. Because James Gunn should not be anywhere near Batman, dude. That guy can't write Batman. Couldn't even figure out Superman. And it's not that Superman's easy to figure out, but you have to really care. He hired nobody who cared about Superman. And I've said this before, with these Hollywood idiots, they'll be like, oh, I'm studying for the whole when Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. Gosh. He put it on an Instagram post like, oh, I'm studying for the new role. And it was a comic with Doomsday on the cover. And everybody who's read that damn comic, he's just on the cover. He's not in the story of that comic. So I don't know what the freak you're studying, but it's not for your role. And so I doubt that you read it. I bet you just picked up a comic that has pretty art, and then that's it. So, yeah, don't... when I hear stories of actual people that enjoy comics, like Nathan Fillion, he plays Guy Gardner. That's a guy who actually reads comics. He portrayed Guy Gardner okay. I think Guy Gardner's supposed to be a little more serious, even with that bowl cut. They didn't even do the bowl cut right. Not that bowl cuts are supposed to look good, but it isn't supposed to look that bad. Guy Gardner in comics, he's a little more serious. Kind of a hothead a little bit. But did a good job. And he's already played Hal Jordan before. And the dude, he's a proper nerd. Like, even with Halo. Not to go back to Halo. But he just wanted to, like, you could look up his interviews. I think he just literally wanted to just be in a picture or something, and then Bungie was like, hey, how about we use some of your voice for some lines, and then he was like, hell yeah, and I think he did it for free for Halo 2, and then he got the role of Buck, and then he got he was so liked that when they were writing Halo 5, which obviously sucks, they put him in there as a Spartan. Which I don't doubt, they wanted to write some sort of influence where, high-ranking ODSTs we uh we should promote them to Spartans and put that in the new lore, and then put him in there. Like I don't doubt that, and because they wanted to use Nathan Fillion, I don't doubt that might have been something. But they're kind of an idiot company, so they probably didn't think that much. So if Nathan Fillion said something, I believe it. But other than that, these guys are not comic book fans. They just are not, dude. They're not gonna do nothing. So I don't know when the Batman's supposed to come out. The Batman 2. We haven't even gotten a trailer. I'm pretty sure they have a trailer ready, but they refuse to send it out. Most likely because James Gunn isn't doing well. The Warner Bros. Is being sold. Like it threw a wrench in the system, in the gears, with like the Penguin. The Penguin screwed up James Gunn's plans because it's like, okay, they finally know what they're doing with DC a little bit. Like Matt Reeves, he's got some stuff cooking, and James Gunn, like we weren't hearing great things. Halfway through the promotion, pretty much ever since they fired Henry Cavill, we weren't hearing good stuff. Like right after that, we started hearing pieces of news that rumors that's like, man, it's not looking good, because he even put out the post first, like, we're going back to truth, justice, the American way. I'm like, okay, hey, that is a line that is not socially acceptable in this climate. And especially with James Gunn's fandom, because his fandom is a bunch of freaks. But, like, we'll see what he's got. Brand New Day. That's the Spider-Man movie. Gosh. I think we're getting, like, the adult version of Avatar: The Last Airbender. There was rumors of that. So 2026 is actually going to be a pretty good year for media in terms of the amount of content. There's going to be a lot of movies and TV shows that, are looking to shape up pretty good and pretty terribly. I think the first season of Harry Potter is supposed to come out towards the summer of 2026 or at the end of the year of 2026. We all know that's going to be a massive dumpster fire. Because it isn't just because of race swapping, but race swapping is the indicator that they're not focusing on story. They don't care about the fans, of the things that came before, about respect to the literature / source material. They don't care. So I don't doubt, like, YouTubers that review it, they're gonna hate themselves as they watch it, but they'll make money. So Harry Potter 2026 gonna suck. Apparently we're supposed to get Doomsday. We all know that's gonna suck. Marvel has no good plans. Now, possibly they could do well in the rumored Captain America movie where they bring back Steve Rogers. They bring him back permanently. They come back with the original cast. Then we could get something good. And like, they just gotta ignore all that stuff that they've been doing. It's just not, like, phase 5. Like, have we gone through 3 extra phases, like 4, 5, and 6, and they've just been all trash? I don't know, man. It makes my head hurt. Like, I can't care about Marvel. Like, I haven't even watched Daredevil Born Again. It's my favorite character and my favorite TV show that they did. but I have no faith in what they actually wanted to do, because Disney like fired the entire writing staff. So I wasn't even gonna give it a shot. I might watch it, but I saw what they did with She-Hulk, and yeah, I'm not about all that. Now, we also, man, from Marvel, what else are we getting? No, well, one thing that we're getting Clayface. I can't tell you if that's gonna be good or not. I honestly can't tell you. I don't know why we're getting a whole story on Clayface though. Like, why don't we get a Batman TV show and then put an episode of Clayface and there we go? Like the Batman animated series did that in like half an episode. It was like 7 minutes, and we got the dude's full backstory. Every scene that was had the character of Clayface, his little prequel. I think it was like an accumulated 7 minutes, and it was great writing. We understood his motivation, the how he became Clayface, and how it messed with his mind, and how he's gonna stay like that forever. And there's a possibility of a cure in the future. But yeah, like I don't see what would be so interesting about that character, unless he like overtook the country by being the president, and then he's gonna be like a main villain. But then again, he was always kind of like a small villain. So like there are villains that were always played small in the comics that you can that because of their powers they could be a massive villain. They could be a Justice League or close to a Justice League level threat, or like a Vandal Savage minion to Justice League level threat villain. That is possible. There's a lot of villains like that. Like Metallo, he's very much a Superman villain, but he can't be Justice League level threat. Like Luthor, he's a regular dude, no powers, but he could be a Justice League level threat. You know, so right, Gorilla Grodd, he's a Flash villain, but can be a Justice League level threat. You know, Brainiac, same. He's a Justice League level threat. Darkseid for sure, obviously. Oh, yeah. We have rumors of a Street Fighter movie. Not really anything I'm excited for. Getting the Supergirl movie, nobody cares. Like, there's no talks about it, no hype. We had Superman, that was a disappointment, and then we're supposed to be excited for a Supergirl movie. It's not happening. So that's coming out. Woo! Man, I know there are things that are coming out that I just can't think of. Oh, we're getting the Mandalorian Grogu movie. That's not going to be good. That's not going to be good. It was supposed to be a show. And I don't know, man. Like why? What's so appealing about it? Now, gosh. Sorry, I'm messing with something here. Yeah, by the way, I'm still trying to figure out, like, here on OBS and the camera, the video looks good. But then, when I look it up on YouTube, it doesn't look so freaking good, man. So, again, I'm trying to figure that stuff out. And it's been freaking difficult for me. It's been actually really annoying. Like I've gotten all the lighting in practically. So I actually got the lighting today. But yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh, freaking Yu-Gi-Oh, the Grogu movie, freaking yeah, I don't think it's gonna be good at all. Man, there's massive lag. This is what you guys been watching, dude? What? Ooh, I gotta fix something. Damn. I fixed the latency on this bit, dude. Can I not fix it while we're streaming? Well, this stream is not gonna look good. Why is it doing all that? I don't even know why it's slow. Well, this stream is not gonna look good. Why is it Yeah, man, YouTube, like, this whole technology bullcrap pisses me off, man. It's, I can't freaking figure, like, I suck with technology. I can't figure this crap out. If somebody knows how to work OBS, you freaking let me know, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Dropped frames? What the freak? Ay, 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 ay. If I put it to cut, does that look better? Yeah, man. Freaking looks awful. I'm going to end the stream. This was a good first episode for me to figure all this bullcrap out. Realize that it's still looking like trash. And we'll see if I'll do just like a random stream right after. I don't know. Okay.